Mr. Cadruvi for presenting in our project DeCarbCH. So what is the topic about? It's about the process of making mineral wool, so insulating material. And that's a very challenging process because, of course, high temperatures are required. And we are very, very interesting how you address the question of decarbonization. So the floor is yours, and we're very much looking forward to your presentation.
Okay, thank you. Yes, welcome to this lunch talk. It's also for the first time I ask you just what's about that. Welcome to the participants. My name is Pieder Cadruvi. I'm technical director by Flumroc, and I will give you some information about our way to the decarbonization. So the title is Hydropower Creates Insulating Power, and let's go a little bit deeper on this. To understand the process or the way, the journey that we do, we should have a little bit view back in the history. So Flumroc started over 100 years ago with this small building. And around 1900, they started to produce calcium carbide in this factory. The background was just to use also the starting of the industrialization and of the electricity. After a long period of this, a conversion started to stone wool production. So at this time, the company name was Schmelzer Spöri, and they tried to make, or they did also stone wool, really in a small amount per day. We are talking around 300 kilograms per day to do that. Next step was in the 70s and 80s when the lines have been built as they are generally standing now. We have 2 production lines, and the company was also renamed in Flumroc AG. And now, what happens then? So you see now a current view from the Flumroc today. So we are located in Flums, in this valley between the river and the train track. And this is one picture of the big investment that we did I am going now to explain. So we have replaced our cupola furnaces. This was originally built. The traditional way to make stone wool is on cupolas. So you feed a cupola with raw material, with stone, and with coke. Coke is the main delivery of the energy. And you melt then around by 1,500 degrees. You make a melt and produce with other steps stone wool. And we have replaced our cupolas. So we had 2 cupolas and 2 production lines. We have replaced this with the world's largest electric melting furnace for stone wool. And I will explain this a little bit more. A view back on the installation of the whole project. So all over the time of the installation of the building, we had to keep running the production. That was a big challenge. You can see in the middle left of the crane, you can see the new furnace building. It's created on steel and concrete. And you can also see the tidy place that we have to build it in. In November 22, a big progress was going on, and also on the top between the 2 cranes, in the middle, in the picture, there is a filter, a WESP. This is a wet electrostatic precipitator was built up together. Next step, you can see how narrow we are to the train track. So it was really a complex building to keep inside these borders with all necessary equipment inside. Another view you can see we're really between the river and the track, and on the right hand on the river you can see our office building. I will come back at the end of the presentation, and also you can see the grid, the big grid connection. So it was really to handle with the cranes. And you see also a truck just coming. So we had, on one hand, we had a lot of material and new stuff coming in. We have to take out other stuff. And we have also sometimes to close the road, because all the finished products and the whole supply chain and logistics was used for this street. And then we have to make a complete new supply chain handling for during this period. Then a big moment was in December 22 when we brought in the transformer for the new furnace. This is a 17 MVA transformer. Here a view of the end of the installation of this WESP filter, which went parallel to all other activities. Inside a view of the finished installed transformer, which is primary fed by 16 kilovolt, and secondary we have a couple of thousands amperes water cooled piping to the furnace. Here a view on the top. You can see really the big difference of the cupolas that we had before, complete another technology. So the most of the pipes that you've seen on the roof, this over these pipes, the raw material, this is a mix of different stones with size around 20 millimeters, came inside to the furnace. Also, another view of the cupola of the electrical furnace. The electrical furnace is inside covered with bricks with a special heat resistant bricks of course, to keep the energy inside. Parallel to all these activities, our plan was we had to stop the production at least for 4 months. And normally, because we are producing just in time, we are serving the building industry, we have to build up a stock outside from our place, because we don't have this place here in Flums. So this is just to give an example, the outdoor storage in Möhlin. So we had around 10 different places in Switzerland, which we stocked some products, but it was of course also difficult to say which products and how many do we have to store for this period. Another in Önsingen also, you can see we needed really every space that we can get for this. Our product, stone wool, is a lot of volume. It's not that heavy, but a lot of volume. Then the next milestone was the production stop 1 year ago now. In December 23, we know now it's no way back. You can see really in the middle of the part the complete new furnace building. On the left hand, you see the chimney of the WESP, which is also new. And then 1st of December, we really stopped the production with the cupola. Some impressions of this work. Immediately after stopping, we started with the demolition work. So in the old building, we had to open the roofs and to take out a lot of old material. On the left, in the left picture, you see on the right hand, you see the old cupola, the rest of that, and also starting to workers on the spinning chamber. On the right hand, just to give an example, it is starting to removing heat exchanger from the afterburner system. Then it was really 2-3 months heavy work to connect the new equipment with existing line, with existing production line. Then the test phase and the commissioning started with a lot of different system testing, all the equipment, the new filter, and of course the new hot end part of this. Then coming to the electrical melter, so I show you the transformer, and the energy flows from the transformer to electrodes. So there are 3 electrodes located in the furnace, which brings in the electricity, so the energy power, and the electrodes, they really go into the melt bath and have been feeded, so they just burn out over the time, and a new electrode has then put on the top of the next one. So it's a completely, before I told you it was coke energy server, and now it's electricity, and the melt bath is belongs to stone. So the connection, the start point of the electricity flow is with convection to bring in the energy in the melt bath. We have also more or less the same temperature, around 1500 degrees, where we have then the stone transformed into a melt. And so we feed with one furnace 2 lines. After the melt is coming out, it goes to a spinning machine. There is 4 high-speed rotation wheels, and with airflow and with high rotation, we make then our fibers, and then a lot of other equipments are following to that. So what is unique? It is the biggest furnace, and what is really special is that we feed 2 production lines. So we have one outlet which we can produce on 2 production lines. That's really unique. It doesn't exist worldwide like this. And one advantage is that we can, with this technology, we can increase the recycling capacity. I will come back to the recycling circle that we are using, or which is under progress. I will explain it a little bit later. And of course, outstanding Swiss quality remains. That was investment over 100 million. So for us, of course, for the whole history, the biggest investment that we did. But it's great that we can invest this here in Switzerland in a production unit. And of course, it's a big, really milestone for our strategy. So that is a little bit the background of our logo. Also, hydropower creates insulating power. In this way, we are promoting also the expansion of renewable energies. And looking to that, 100% Swiss hydropower, that is clear that we buy the Swiss hydropower electricity. And with this step, we can save in our whole process around 25,000 tons CO2 per year. So a big impact of the decarbonization strategy in Switzerland. If you compare it a little bit with what that means, it's just around 5,500 households that are heated with oil. It's the same amount on tons on CO2 that we can save. And then a short view to the footprint with our stone wool. We really make mineral wool. So mineral wool, we have glass wool and stone wool, but we use really material from the nature, just real stones. So compared to conventional insulation products, if you look to the middle column, you can see the greenhouse gas emissions. We could really decrease that over 40%. And also the gray energy, we did a big step with the new stone wool starting this summer. So also looking to the sustainability, this means on the product itself. It's a big impact and had a big influence. Let's have a look to the total energy consumption in Switzerland. Complete everything. It's around 197 terawatt hours that Switzerland is using per year. And 41% of the whole energy consumption is used in buildings. Perhaps you know it that better, but for heating, cooling, and just everything around the building. So let's look this 80 terawatt hours. Looking to this is 100%, and 70% of this, just around 5 to 6 terawatt hours, are for room heating. So that's a big impact on room heating, and it's nothing new. The best energy is that energy which is not needed. And so our products, of course, are very perfect. First step is always to pack in your building to make a good insulation around your house. So the thermal efficiency. We have other advantages looking only for stone wool. So the fire resistance is around 1,000 degrees, so very high. And you have also other things like sound absorption and other advantages. Let's have a look to our recycling circle. I will go a little bit deeper on this. So we have, as I explained, our natural raw material that we bring in the production. And now the Swiss Hydropower. And in the production, we produce, as explained, our stone wool for the building industry, and also the waste which happened or which we have in the production, we can use completely, bring back in the production directly. The waste heat that we have in the production for the afterburner system or for our heating, we can heat a district heating network just here in the village, and we heat a lot of buildings, which is waste heat. Then our products are going to the different building sites, and also there the rest and the waste from the building site can you bring back in our production, and we can reuse it again. And of course, if you have in the building, the products are used in the roof or in the walls. And when you, let's say, after 50 or 60 years, you start to build a new house or renovation, and you have old material, it's still the same. It's you can bring it back, and when you can use it again. So that's a perfect circle. I think it's also important looking to the sustainability of a product. Then just to give an example that we did here, this is the office building. We renovated this office building in 10 years ago. With, of course, producing also photovoltaic. And just to give an example, it was really a pioneering role for Energy Plus buildings, so that the whole building produced over the year more energy that we use. So also for us, of course, to give a good example, what you can do with existing buildings. So Flumroc hydropower creates insulating power, coming back to the motto of this Carbo Talk. So our contribution is to the CO2 reduction. If you look at this 25,000 tons CO2 emission that we can save, of course, use of Swiss hydropower, and we have a closed product circuit. So that's a short overview of our huge investment and our strategy for a big impact in the decarbonization, and what we were very, very busy over the last 3-4 years. Now it looks, of course, it's big, it's intensive, but keep running a production and parallel to build up such unique system for a small company. It was an amazing journey, and of course we are still learning every day with the new technology. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cadruvi. Very nice overview. Amazing project.